exhausted. I must have been tossing and turning all night. It's so hot in here, too. No wonder I keep having these weird dreams. I've basically been simmering in my own sweat every night this past week. Doesn't look like it's gonna cool down anytime soon, either. It's another sunny day in Newport.
Yes. I'm gonna get up so I can control you.
Well, it's a good thing the studio's got proper air conditioning. I promised myself I was gonna spend most of the day working, and I don't intend to break that promise. Not this time.
Well, this is April's room. And this is chapter 1, apparently called Funcom. Which another Scandinavian game was this called, by the ones who made Amnesia. Well, let's have a little look around.
It's been too hot to sleep with a cover, so I don't. I feel like someone's staring at me.
Somebody is.
I like my outfit. It's inexpensive, but cool.
You're in your underwear right now.
I had to borrow some posters from the cafe because I just can't afford to buy any of my own. When I think about it, that's so depressing. I got those posters from the cafe.
Well, let's have a look out of the window here.
Nice view, if you're into brickwork.
You can also look out of it and look down. See the birdie?
It's a seagull. The poor guy looks quite hungry. I don't know what that chain's for, but it's connected to some kind of mechanism at the bottom of the canal.
Right now it does nothing.
It's a clothesline.
And you can, if you want, loosen it. It will serve a point later.
It's a rusty old grill, kept afloat by a rubber ducky.
As you will need it.
I don't know what that chain's for, but it's connected to some kind of mechanism at the bottom of the canal.
But right now it has no point.
I still haven't figured out what runs through the canals in Venice, but I'm sure it can't be water. It's a rusty old grill, kept afloat by a rubber ducky. It's a rubber ducky, helplessly trapped under that rusty old grill.
And that one is part of one of the more obscure puzzles. But you'll see that later.
Whatever those pipes are spewing out, I know one thing for sure. It ain't water. The wardrobe is actually made of real wood, and not that synthetic crap that makes me sneeze and itch all over.
Well, let's just close the window again.
I could only carry one suitcase with me when I left home. There was so much I would have loved to bring, but c'est la vie. At least it was a clean break with my past. I guess when all my hard work starts paying off, I'll get a house and fill it with all kinds of new junk. The past, who needs it? It's a bunch of drawings I drew when I was a kid. I don't even know why I brought them here. They mean absolutely nothing to me. All right, so my wardrobe's sort of chic deficient, but I can't afford to be cutting edge. Useful, practical, and cheap is my shopping mantra. An empty cardboard box. That's so not interesting.
Well, it's not empty.
It's Constable Guybrush, my toy Oh, ape. He doesn't much like being called monkey.
Well, its name is probably a reference to Monkey Island with Guybrush. And the reference that I don't like to be called monkey might be a reference to the librarian in Discworld who doesn't like to be called a monkey because he's an ape. Let's have a look at it. We're in two different things here.
I think one of his eyes is falling out. Constable Guybrush is a strange hybrid between man, ape, and musician. In addition to being an officer of the law, of course. It's a wind-up mechanism.
Hey! You! Yeah, you! Hands up! Spread your legs! And do the monkey!
Mildly amusing, but irritating as hell. I'll shut him up now.
Well, that will be useful later.
My cash card at the moment is really quite useless. There can't be more than $1 or $2 left in it.
Now, let's see if there's more to look at.
That's my desk, so, theoretically, that's where I'm supposed to do my work. I think my muse has departed me for greener pastures, though, because lately, inspiration's been fleeting at best. Shelves.
No more comment than
Still
that?
just shelves. Still just shelves.
Okay,
It's a picture of me and my friends.
let's pick it up.
It's a picture of Charlie, Emma, and me in Florence Park. Marcus took it about a month ago before it got real hot.
Well, we will meet those guys later.
My on-again, off-again diary. We've had a turbulent relationship, her and I. Dear Diary, note to self. Dreams of talking trees and dragons aside, it's still no excuse for talking to inanimate matter in the real world. So quit it! I'm part of the should-be-reading more but life's too short generation. We embrace our illiteracy. The last book I read was How to Seduce the Man of Your Dreams. Now, if I can just find a man to dream about, I'll be all set.
Yes, considering especially that you dream about dragons and trees, you definitely need something else to dream about. Well, let's just have a look here. Well, now let's have a look at her diary here. Okay, there's a bit of backstory in it, so that's why I'm reading it. Once you come further into it, it starts becoming an update log for what you have done and what you are supposed to do. So you can always consult it if you're a bit in doubt on what you have done. But apparently it's April the 14th to 22:09, and it's a Friday. The first entry here that's interesting. Happy birthday to me. The big 1-8. Join us, right? Well, not to sound like a complete spoilsport, but 18 feels kinda like 17, only I can buy a gun and pilot a hovercraft. And kinda figured that the number 18 would cast light into the deep dark chasms of my soul and reveal some grand truth about the universe, like the meaning of life, or at least some explanations as to why all guys are complete idiots. But no, nothing. I'm the same person today that I was yesterday, no different. Same old boring April, stuck in some old boring life. You have to wonder a bit what the parents were thinking. It must be pretty unimaginary. She spawned April, so we call her April. Which, of course, does make me realize something important. I just have to get out of here soon. I have to leave. There's nothing here for me, no future, and a past I prefer to forget. And I know where I want to go. The Venice Academy of Visual Art in Newport. God knows if they'll accept me into the fall program, but I have to try. Sarah went out there last year, and she's agreed to let me stay at her place for a short while until I can get a job and an apartment. Writing about leaving is both scary and exciting. It's scary because I have never really been on my own before, and I have never been to Newport. And of course, I'm scared that good old Daddy will find out and force me to stay. But that he can't. Not that he can, but he will certainly try. She don't like her dad much. On the other hand, it's really exciting too. I can't imagine anything that beats starting my own life in a place like Venice. From what I've seen and heard, it looks great. And there's a lot of little cafes and crisscrossing canals, just like in the real Venice, in Italy. And most of the people who live there are young and creative and not afraid to look or sound or be different, which will make a nice change from this place. And now it's the 22nd. Today I called the academy and asked them about their admission requirements, and they told me to bring some of my work in when you arrive. They don't really have any specific requirements, only that you are talented and dedicated and hardworking. The lady I spoke to sounded nice, but she didn't make any promise. She told me that there are a lot of applications and only a limited amount of space. I know my work is good, even though I haven't had much training, and I am definitely dedicated and hardworking, so why am I still nervous? The 1st of May. I'm sorry I haven't kept up with events in this diary, but with my exams and everything else I'm going on right before graduation, I haven't had the time. I know, bad excuse, I'll just have to take time out too, and I'll definitely keep my diary up to date from now on. Right. May 25th. So she really kept it updating, waiting entire 24 days before writing. 3 weeks of complete silence. I look back at my previous diaries and I wonder where the hell did I find the time to write so much so often. Oh well, I'll try to remember what's been going on the past few weeks. I passed all my exams with straight A's, of course. And tomorrow morning I'm leaving home. Yes, I'm making the leap into the great unknown, and I'm never coming back here. I withdraw all my money from the bank, $2,190, and I packed a suitcase and a bag with my clothes, and work samples and books, and anything else I can do without. Well, that was not a lot. Unfortunately, I have to leave so much: my old toys, some of the big canvases, my screen, and it's not like I can have Mom ship them or anything. I'm leaving a letter to my family, but I'm not telling them where I'm going. 18 years under constant scrutiny is enough. I really don't want to carry any of that crap with me into my new life. Strangely enough, when I was packing this morning, I suddenly remember something I'd forgotten a long time ago. When I was a kid, I kept all my drawings in a box under the floorboards so my dad wouldn't find them and berate me for wasting my time. The box was right where I put it more than 6 years ago. I didn't feel like looking at any of the drawings right away, so I wrapped the box up and stuck it in my bag. I'll open it when I get to Venice. I don't think this is the right time for nostalgic reminiscence about my childhood, but I'm glad I remembered to pack the box. So tonight's the night. I'm sneaking out of here at 4 a.m. to catch the train to Greenville and from there on to the big city itself, Newport. At dinner tonight I'll see Mom and Dad, Daniel and Owen, for the last time in a long while. I don't really care if I ever see Dad again, but I feel sorry for Mom. She doesn't seem to care much for me, but I know she'll miss me, and I know she'll feel very guilty for turning a blind eye to the way he treated me throughout all those years. As for Danny and Owen, I don't really know. Danny is an asshole. He could theoretically improve, though I doubt he wants to. As for Owen, he's still a kid. He might turn out okay, but as long as Dad is in control, I'm not too optimistic. I'm going crazy to the pond tonight to say goodbye. I'm going to the pond tonight. I haven't been there in a long while, not since that crazy day. While I have to see it one last time, or I'll never get it out of my head. As for my friends, I don't really want to say anything. I'll mail them when I get to Newport, to Venice. So this is the last entry I wrote here in this house. Right here in this house. In this room. In some strange way I can't really understand. I'll miss it. Not much, but I did grow up here. I did spend 18 years, oh my god, in this place. And that's not soon forgotten or ignored. I don't want to feel bad for what I'm doing, but I can't help it. I do feel bad a little, but more than anything, I'm excited about what tomorrow will bring. I think, I believe I might actually be happy. Imagine that. Friday, July 28th. Way too early in the morning, and I won't even try to describe the dream I had last night. Like, enough with the fairy tales already. I need to start dreaming about boys and shopping, you know, the important things in life. See, I told you she needed other dreams. But yeah, this is the day right here. This is about the dream here. So this is the first update. I'm just gonna read this, but I don't think I'm gonna go in and read more of it later on. So it's just dawned on me that the student exhibition opens in less than 2 weeks. My painting, and I mean that in a broader sense of the word, is not even close to being presentable. Even that's an overstatement. All I have is a blank canvas, and while that may fool some people, like in, whoa, what an impressive statement of nothingness, it won't fool my teachers. I've seen some really paintings that are like, really? That have not taken too long for you to do. So today I have to put in a solid 6 hours of work at the studio, only 6 hours, and just hope that inspiration will strike me like lightning from the sky. It could happen.